Hey everybody, Rochelle Plumstead here, Remax East Coast League. Thanks for joining me for this week's Movin Up Minute. Wow, we've had some killer weather this week, haven't we? Winter is finally here. Yahoo! Yeah, not so excited. Anyways, let's talk about quick closings. We hear about that quite often. The seller wants a quick closing, can accommodate a quick closing. The buyer wants to buy a property and they want to buy something that can have a quick closing. What the heck is a quick closing? That depends. There's no specific time frame. It simply means that either or both parties want to change possession of that property as soon as possible. The seller wants out, the buyer wants in. Now, even though the seller wants out and the buyer wants in and they want to do it as quickly as possible, that's not always going to be the case, because you have to keep in mind that there are more moving parts. So let's talk about money. Does the buyer need to get a mortgage? If the buyer needs to get a mortgage, then the bank needs to be able to release the funds within the time frame that the buyer and the seller have chosen to close the property. So the buyer needs to check with the bank to find out how quickly they can fund. Now, does the buyer have cash? Like I'm not talking duffel bag full of cash, but do they have the cash available to purchase the property? Because that's going to make it so that it can go a lot quicker. So that's one thing to consider. The other thing to consider is the lawyers. The lawyers need to have enough time to make sure that they can properly execute the purchase and the sale of this property and switch everything into the buyer's name. Is it on land titles, or do they need to do a title search? This can be a whole other topic. If you guys are interested in, let me know. But ask your realtor or ask me if it's on land titles. So you need to make sure you have conversations before you go ahead and draft up that purchase and sale agreement and put a closing of 4 or 5 days on it, because it may or may not be possible. Don't get yourself in a mess. If you're moving up, moving over, and moving out, you've got questions, I've got answers. Wish you guys all a fantastic weekend. We'll see you all next week. Bye for now.